Dear friends, this is Srinivasan who is having more than 40 years experience in the construction industry, trying to present you a small presentation on how to do autoclave aerated concrete block work part 2. It's a civil conclave presentation. Presentation courtesy is Mr. Dhyan Deshmukh of Civil Forum. Pre-construction activities in the AAC block works. Material selection, shop drawings, material management, workman training, and the preparation. Conduct the training session for a workman to prevent bad workmanship. This is the way to conduct a training session at the project site. Clean the floor where the block work has to be carried out. See, the images will show you how the floors have been cleaned neat. Hack the RCC surfaces. These images will show you how neatly the RCC surfaces are hacked. All binding wires, nails, masking tape and stuck shuttering material has to be removed. Patching of honeycomb, if any, to be completed and curing of it monitored. See, this is the way we remove the stuck nails from the things. Here I marked it out how the nails have been protruding outside. These are the things has to be removed. Here the stuck shuttering plate which has been marked in a red color, that has to be removed. All mastic tapes at the bottom of the slab has to be removed before starting the job. Mark all the wall lines on the floor to get a proper layout. Check the clear height between the floor top and the beam bottom and the slab bottom. This is the method of how to do the marking of the floor in the drawing. Check the diagonals, x-axis, y-axis, everything has to be checked properly. This is the methodology of how to check the height. Check all embedded MEP cutouts are correct. If not, correct them before the commencement of the block work. This is the methodology where I have been rounded in a red color to correct the MEP works. Decide on the thickness of the leveling course mortar to avoid wastages and cutting of blocks at top course and maintain the gap of 10 to 15 mm at the top of the block work. The thickness of the leveling course mortar should not be more than 25 mm. Here you can see there is no mortar joint absolutely because there is a bottom of the AAC blocks. At top, a small wall piece of block used to fill the block should be cut with only the cutting machine and by the trained person. Here the cutting machine, what I call it as, this is a leveling platform for making a cutting blocks. Now we are talking about a lightweight black masonry stages. It's a pre-construction, during construction and post-construction. We already talked about a pre-construction. Now we talk about a during the construction. Mix quantity of the mortar which will be consumed in the next 1 hour. Mixing shall be done with the proper measurements of ingredients in proportion of 1:6 with the measurement boxes. Add water to the dry mix of a cement crushed sand in a required quantity. This is the methodology of how to add the water to the sand cement mortar in a tray. Fix one block at the ends of the walls in level as per the layout. Blocks should be wet before placing to avoid absorption of the water from the mortar. Carry out leveling course block work with a dry bond, that is without a mortar, in the vertical joints. by fixing line thread on end blocks. Use piece of plywood to have a uniform vertical joints. See here how the plywood has been used to create the uniform joints. This is what I call use of plywood to make a uniform joints. Lay mortar for a full bed width and for a length of 3 blocks at a time. Lay one block at a time and gently pressing it to the mortar bed. Use 12 mm thick plywood pieces to ensure uniform vertical joints. Excess mortar coming out on the edge while pressing the block at the bottom to be taken by a trowel and reused. Use straight edge spirit levels on top of the blocks laid and check the top level. Make sure that the spirit level is in the working condition. Lay the last course of a block in the course to close the bond and locate it to the near center of the wall. Check the layout of leveling course block work and then fill vertical joints of blocks with a cement mortar. As soon as mortar of the joints have initially set, use a proper tool and strike the vertical joints to the depth of 12 mm. Curing to the base course should be done for at least 7 days. Here the methodology of how to check the plumb bob has been shown. In a hot and dry weather, mortar is likely to dry up before it attains the strength, which leads crumbling of the mortar and resulting a weak block masonry. This shall be prevented by keeping the base blockwork layer constantly wet for at least 7 days. Blockwork done with adhesive doesn't require a curing. After completion of the base course, block work should be done with approved block adhesives. Block adhesives should be mixed thoroughly with the water in proportion as specified by the manufacturers. Black adhesive should be applied with adhesive application trowel only to ensure the uniform application. Here you can see the block trowel. This will be supplied along with the mortar vendor. Using this trowel will give you uniform application. Before starting the block fixing work of the base course, the position of the full and cut sizes should be finalized to ensure the staggered vertical joint at least by 6 inches and to minimize the wastage of the block. This can be done by making a elevational sketch for walls and pass on the same to the workers at the execution. Here you can see how the staggered joints has been created. Adhesive should be applied on both faces where block to RCC joints comes and on face where the blocks to joints to come. This is the methodology of how to fill the face which is connecting to the column with an adhesive. Clean the surface of the block and apply adhesive on it from end to wall. Fix the block on adhesive by pressing it within 3 minutes. For fixing a next block, apply to the adhesive in 2 sides and fix the blocks in position with the help of a wooden mallet. This image will show you how to do the second layer of block fixing. You can see how it has been nicely fitted here in the second. Each fixed block should be checked for its line, level, plumb by a mason. Here you see this photograph will explain you how to check the plumb bobs, etc. The thickness of the adhesive is to be 3 to 4 mm. If not checked at the time of fixing, will result in unleveled brickwork and cavities in the joints, which you can see it here. Please do not do like this. This is not a correct methodology of working. While fixing the block between two laid blocks, adhesive should be applied on all the three sides of the blocks. When I say three sides, this side, and this side, then apply at the bottom of the block and then insert. Apply adhesive on RCC block face and on below block top face. Here I am going to show you the animation of how every block has been set. Watch thoroughly. Check line and level of each block immediately after installation. Apply adhesive on two faces of the installed block. This is the methodology of how to lay down the block work. This is the animation which will explain you in detail of how to do the block work. Kindly watch this animation and understand how the block work has to be carried out. See how systematically the work has been carried out. Apply adhesives on three faces of the install blocks, 1, 2 and 3 faces. You can continue the same process to build more courses. Fill the top gap as per specifications. Clear gap of minimum 10 mm should be left between topmost layer and the RCC bottom. The gap should be filled with a very lean mortar and 10 mm aggregate should be fixed on the surface. This is to prevent the cracks afterwards in the wall plastering. This happens due to the presence of two different materials like block and RCC. If the gap is bigger than 20 mm, the mortar with the aggregate should be made to fill it. Here you see how it has been filled with a metal packing. In walls where the gap between block work and RCC bottom is to 100 to 150 mm depth, fly ash bricks to be fixed at the top instead of the cutting blocks. Here you can see I marked it a color, okay, with the fly ash bricks has been fitted. In double wall area, opening for a water drainage and circulation of air should be made in chajias. After doing 3 layers of a brickwork, gotai to the chajia should be done with a slope towards the opening. Gotai should be done in all the 3 sides of the box up to 300 mm height. This image will explain you how it has been carried out. Lightweight black masonry stages: pre-construction, during construction and post-construction. As we already discussed about it, pre-construction and during construction, now we are going to talk about the post-construction. Perform checks for horizontal level, verticality, line, right angle, hollow joints, open. The methodology of checking the level. This is the correct methodology of checking the level of the block using a aluminum mallet or a wooden. You can use the aluminum gauge for checking the verticality of the side walls. Filling joints. Joints should be filled with a proper chiseling for opening. This is the right methodology of chiseling for a opening, wherein you are safeguarding your worker. Completed work should be duly certified and recorded. You have according to the checklist. The checklist for a block work: drawings checked and approved, yes or no. Reference line for block work is established and checked, yes or no. Base below block work is approved, yes or no. Necessary scaffolding is arranged safe, yes or no. Blocks are free from cracking, yes or no. Motor prepared and used as per specification, yes or no. Surfaces of the blocks on which motor is to be applied are wet, yes or no. Block work done as per the procedure, yes or no. All opening sizes are checked, yes or no. Necessary arrangements are made for curing cement and sand mortar, yes or no. This is the checklist for checking the block. Do stake the blocks on a proper platform and clean surface in direction it is going to fit into the wall. Do stake blocks at just convenient location for immediate use. Do not overrule safety aspects to achieve timely completion. Do not raise any part of the wall during construction not more than 1.5 meter above the level. This is the methodology of how to stake the blocks. Do not use blocks as a platform, it is a costly material. Here you see some of the laborers are using the blocks as a platform, which is not advisable, because when the blocks is going to break, it will cost you phenomenally. Do not throw cut blocks in debris, stake them properly. Base course not done in level. See here the base course is not done in level, which resulted undulation of the two blocks and everything. Try to avoid this. One face of the block lifted to match up top level base layer was not fixed in level and plumb. This is not a correct procedure to execute the job. To match the level difference, small pieces of blocks placed here. This can be avoided by checking the top level, plumb, line and base block work. Almost no adhesive between the two surfaces. Black faces elevated by putting a small piece of block. Mistake of base course leveling. Try to avoid these silly mistakes. Procedure. This is the correct procedure. This is the wrong procedure of executing the job. This is the way the mortar has to be mixed. After usage, the floor has to be cleaned thoroughly. Here you can see the exact dimensions, how it has been maintained, etc. This is the platform to use the cutting machine. Thank you for watching this presentation. Kindly subscribe, like and share, which will motivate me for a further good presentation. In case of any queries, do not hesitate to write to me. The response shall be at the earliest. You can contact me at civilconclave@gmail.com or at my Telegram group, Ask Srini Telegram group. The link is as follows. Quality is nothing but the shift in perception. Just don't see the activities. Observe it. Thank you for watching the presentation. Kindly subscribe, which will motivate me for a further good